Christy Thomaskutty joins us today to talk a little Emory women's basketball. Coach, today's the third week of practice since you started. Talk about how things have been going.
It's been a rough ride so far, to be honest. Not just with so much youth, we've had so many injuries. I think we've had a total of 5 players who participated in all 16 practices, and so that's made it tough to get in a flow, to get any chemistry going, and to really know what we have. It's good news. I think we're about to get some players back, so that gives me a lot of optimism moving forward. But pleased so far. We knew we lost a lot a year ago. We knew we had a lot of youth coming in, and truly only 3 upperclassmen to really rely on. And so to this point, I think we've progressed. We've gotten better, but unfortunately, still have a long way to go.
You alluded to it. A lot of veterans. You graduated a lot of veterans, a lot of experience from last year. So does the focus of the preseason really zero in on more teaching than maybe in the past?
Oh, without a doubt. I compared practice notes from a year ago, and we're probably a good 4 weeks behind where we were a year ago. But, we know we have to get the foundation in. We know we have to get some of those basic fundamentals in of just teaching the intensity and whatnot at this level. And so, we know that maybe we won't have as much in early, but I'm happy with where we're at with this group right now.
You mentioned some of your upperclassmen. Just talk about, those people you're going to be leaning on throughout the year.
Well, without a doubt. Sarah Arrington has the most experience in the low post for us, and I think she's really stepped it up in the last week of trying to take those younger post players under her wing and show them what it's going to take. But bar none, the 2 players with the most experience is Khadija Saeed and Eileen. And so those 2, especially from a guard perspective, have really been trying to establish pace and tempo and help them. I can't say enough about Shelly Canute, though. Coming in, playing out of position right now due to some of the injuries, and has just really embraced the role and has stepped up her overall game.
Talk about you mentioned Sarah, some of the other younger players like Michelle Bevan, a sophomore. You kind of expect some great things out of here. I know she's been slowed down a little bit by injury.
Yeah, Michelle came back and improved so much, and unfortunately sprained her ankle, and we're not sure when we'll get her back. But, there's a lot of players like that. I think Patricia Mook's in the best shape of her life, so strong down low, just consistently working with her right now to be a consistent presence on the low block. Fran Sweeney, we're hoping to get back from injury here this week because she just gives us a lot. She gives us some energy. She gives us the outside shooting. It just adds to her overall game. Shelby Zucker's a young lady who didn't get much playing time a year ago due to injury, and she's done some great things so far as well. So, again, as much as we talk about our junior class and what they've got to give to us, our sophomores have had to grow up in a hurry as well, and, I've been really pleased with where they're at.
Talk about some of the first-year players who you think may make an impact.
This is the big question because we've had so many injuries in that class so far. Without a doubt, Caroline Spur, I think, is going to do a great job for us at the point. We're just eagerly anticipating when we can get her back on the practice floor and get her ready to play, as well as Katie Miller, who's also been out for the last couple of weeks. Dumaybe, though, is going to be a presence down low. Yesterday, first day back in practice, and everyone felt her presence. There's an energy about her, just demanded the ball and took up space down low. So that was great to see as well. I think Lauren Weems, Camille Sticker as well can give us some quality minutes. Obviously, we've got to learn to play both ends of the court with all our new players, and that rebounding so critical. But to this point, very happy with where we're at.
Talk about in the past. Coaches talk about identity of teams and things like that. I know it's early. 3 weeks in. Do you see this team kind of shaping up or into any sort of identity yet?
I think we're going to be very different than what we've been, at least from people who followed us the last 4 years. We're a very different ball club, but that doesn't mean that we're going to rely, or go away from our defensive premise. I think it's just going to be different than what people have seen. I like this group. They're great young women. That causes a little concern because sometimes I think they're too nice, but they're good people who believe in one another. And so, again, I'm kind of eagerly anticipating that it's going to be a lot of just flux for the first couple of weeks, but I think when it all falls into place, this group could be very special.
On Saturday, your team has an exhibition game. Just go up the road a little bit to Division I Kennesaw State. A really a formidable challenge.
I think the tale of 2 teams. They have a lot of veteran players back. I think a preseason all-conference selection back as well, and then you look at us and we don't know what we really have going into the game. I like the competition. They're very athletic, very long, and so we've got to be fundamental. And so I think for us, for me going into the game, are we better than we were a week ago when we had a scrimmage here? Are we better individually? Are we better as a team? And can we do what we're supposed to do, or do we get taken out of it? So it's a win-win for us. You know, obviously we're going up there to compete. We're going up there to try to win the ball game. But at the same time, can we be better 1 week later and obviously be getting ready for a great LaGrange team 2 weeks from now?
All right, Coach, we'll let you get back to work, and thanks very much for your time, and we'll be catching up with you down the road.
Thanks, Sean.